Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are delving into the world of fake Pokemon cards. That's right, we are going to obviously open some fake packets of Pokemon cards against some legitimate. And we're going to have a look at all the differences and see how we can tell them apart. And there's a good reason for me doing this. There's been a lot of discussion and a lot of questions going around the local Australian community pages on Facebook. People wanting to know how they can tell if their cards are fake and how to tell the difference between fake and legitimate cards. So I thought this might be a good resource for people to use. I know a lot of people in the community already know the difference in how to spot fake from legitimate Pokemon cards. But I thought I'd do this as a more of a resource for people who are new to collecting, maybe have a big collection and they are suspicious of some of their cards. So this is more of a resource to help people identify fake cards from their legitimate counterparts. And we're going to go all the way to the source. So we're actually going to start with some fake booster packs. And we're going to match them up against some real ones. Like I don't have a lot. I don't have, a full art set of Burning Shadows, and I've only got 2 little packets of Evolutions here. But we're going to have a look we're going to start at the source. We're going to have a look at what makes these packets stand out as fake compared to the legitimate counterparts. So let's get straight in. We're going to start with we'll start with the Burning Shadows. Sorry, not Burning Shadows. This is Sun and Moon base. So I have here 4 Sun and Moon base packets that say they are Pokemon cards. Now, I knew straight away that these were fake cards because there is a fairly unwritten rule in the Pokemon community where about pricing. If it's too good to be true, then 100% it is. And these were on sale on Facebook Marketplace for $2 each. So that was the first giveaway. Definitely fake. You're not going to sell Sun and Moon based boosters or any Pokemon boosters for $2 a packet. The second giveaway in the description for the sale item is they usually tell you the packets are fake without blatantly coming out and saying that they're fake. So you'll see wording like these packs are not for online use, or these cards or packs are not permitted for tournament play. So they give you an indication that they are fake cards, because obviously you can't use fake cards in Pokemon tournaments. And you can't use the online codes when they say that these are not for online play. You can't use the online codes from fake packets because, as we'll see when we open these, they don't have online codes, even though the packets say that they do. So they'll give you a fairly good indication in the sales description that they are fake, without actually coming out and saying that these are counterfeit Pokemon cards. So that's one thing to look out for. The other thing to look out for is they might not tell you at all. The seller may firmly believe that they are real and they are legitimate, and they'll sell them as such, which can burn a lot of people, unfortunately. So let's get in and compare the fake pack to the real pack. So to the untrained or to the new Pokemon collector, these look fairly decent. Obviously the colouring within the packet is fairly, there's a huge difference in the colouring and the textures in this packet. But the biggest thing to look out for is the Pokemon logo. The Pokemon logo is your dead set key to knowing fake and legitimate cards, especially when it comes to the cards themselves, which we'll see later. But the Pokemon logo itself is more of a lighter blue filled with yellow. And on the fake ones, packs, including cards, you'll see that the Pokemon logo looks a lot heavier. So the blue is a lot darker. The lines separating the yellow and the blue aren't as crisp. as you can see there. And this is also the same for the backs of Pokemon cards. But of course, if you've never seen a Sun and Moon base packet before, a legitimate packet, or any Pokemon packet, you may firmly believe that these are seriously legit, because they do look, and they are made to look, very, very legitimate. But the next key you could look for in packets is the way that they are sealed. Now, before we go any further, I do want to mention that the legitimate packets that I have that I'm comparing them to have been opened by myself. These are legitimate packs, but the packs themselves I have opened, and I've just put the cards back in for the demonstration of this video. Same as the Evolutions packs, the legitimate packs I have. They have all been opened, but I've put the cards back in just for demonstration purposes to show the difference between legitimate packs and fake. So the next thing you can look at is how they're sealed. So the legitimate pack, all legitimate packs have this seal of these vertical lines, both top and bottom, and running along the seal as well. So that's the seal along the top, even though it's open, and the seal along the bottom. Now, very peculiar with this counterfeit pack is the top of the pack has this serrated kind of crimp. These don't exist on Pokemon packets, so there's a dead set giveaway straight away. If you did not know that this is not what a Pokemon packet looks like, you can see that this kind of serrated crimp along the top here is incorrect. And also the seal itself, we've got kind of like this dotted, they could be running horizontally or vertically, but it's like these single dots that are used to seal it. And then down the bottom, the seal is quite close to the bottom of the packet. With Pokemon, they're usually even, both top and bottom. The next way to ascertain whether a packet of cards is counterfeit, turn it over and read the back. Now, the first thing you'll notice between the backs of these cards is the writing on the legitimate packet is quite legible. It's quite clean, it's crisp, you can read it quite easily from this distance. The counterfeit packet on the bottom, not so much. The lettering has all kind of blurred. It almost looks like you need to wear a pair of 3D glasses to read it, because the infill color, or the white color, has kind of come out past the darker outline of the letter, or the lettering. The other thing you can do is do research on packs, because the one thing that you'll find with Pokemon cards, specifically fake Pokemon cards, is whoever makes them are horrible at spelling. There are countless spelling mistakes on cards within the packs, which we will see momentarily, but also the writing on the packets themselves. So I've already been over this pack, and they considering this is Sun and Moon base, they have copied the wording word for word, including the addresses. So you can see under this flap on the legitimate pack, we've got the Pokemon Company International, we've got the address, registered trademarks of Nintendo, both USA and United Kingdom addresses. And it's the same on the counterfeit pack. They copy it word for word, so it looks legitimate. However, if we read the legitimate packet, we'll start from here. We'll start from Discover. So discover dozens of never before seen Pokemon, Alola forms of some familiar favorites. Alola forms of some familiar favorites. So we've got Alolan Dugtrio, for example, and new ways to battle in the Pokemon TCG Sun and Moon expansion. If we come over this side, now this is a very small mistake, but again, every little hint about counterfeit helps. So it's a little bit harder to read than this one. But this one says, discover dozens of never before seen Pokemon, Alola froms of some familiar favorites. So instead of having Alola forms of some familiar favorites, this pack says Alola froms of some familiar favorites. So if you were to read this pack to pack, if you were to read this pack word for word, it is exactly the same as its legitimate counterpart. However, there is one spelling mistake, which I'm surprised there wasn't more. I did check all the addresses and everything, and they all seem to match. And there's also another thing that you can look for. Anytime they have the word Pokemon, it will always have the little dash above the E. So you can see here, each player must have a 60 card deck of Pokemon cards to play, the TCG. Here, same wording, however, each player must have a 60 card deck of Pokemon cards to play. Pokemon, the word in there is missing the little dash above the E. So very little things to look out for on the packs, but there are some good hints. Good little tips and tricks to tell a fake packet against the legitimate packet, and ways that you can tell them apart. Now, maybe a little bit different if someone's selling you packets online. It's hard to see all the details, but of course the crimping here is a good way to tell, and if you get a photo of the back, quite easily you can tell which one's legitimate just from how easy it is to read. Because even like when you look at the barcodes, they're exactly the same. So they try to match everything that they can to fool you, but now hopefully you can tell the difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the Burning Shadows, and then we're going to jump straight into the evolutions, because those packets are a little bit trickier. Now, another thing to mention before we get in, both say 10 trading cards, additional game cards, sorry. Both packs contain 10 cards. Now, the legitimate pack will contain 11 with the code card. These don't, which is why they tell you that they're not for online play. They're fake. One thing you can do is with a legitimate pack full of 11 cards, including the code card, not a lot of wriggle room in that packet because it's quite full and quite protected. With a fake packet, there's a lot more wiggle room in that packet because there's not as many cards. So you can see there, the fake pack, there's a lot more packaging compared to cards. And I have put 11 cards back in here, including a code card, so 10 and a code. And you can see the difference just in the packaging. So there's a lot more packaging compared to cards on the fake ones. Now, if you are opening packs, if you open normal packets and you open them from the back, the cards face outwards. So you should be seeing the face of a card. So that's straight away a dead giveaway. So the pack should be facing... Oh, so annoying, these cards. I hate fake. Ugh. Anyway, it should be facing... Oh, dearie me. The other way, and on this side should be a code card. There's not. Regardless, if we do the code, if we do the card trick, so this is Sun and Moon, so it's still 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back and to the front. We should land on an energy card, which we don't, and they're upside down, so it's just getting worse and worse. So starting off straight away, that looks legitimate. It looks very much like a Drowsy Pokemon card from Sun and Moon base. It has the correct symbol, so we know that it is the correct card for that set. We're just having a look at here. So the centering on this one is actually very good. It finds really fun dreams tasty. When it makes friends with people, it may show them the most delicious dreams it's ever eaten. So all looking fairly good. This attack does 10 damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's... Okay, so this one, you know, very hard to tell that this is a fake card. Okay? Well, we go to the next one, Caterpie. Again, same symbol. Sun and Moon base. When attacked by bird Pokemon. Just quick read. So that one looks pretty good as well. So far, even I'm... Oh no, here we go. Here's your first glimpse of what fake Pokemon cards can look like. It's all about the centering. It's that yellow border. Now, some Pokemon cards you can get... this one's actually very nicely centered. The more we look at it, the worse it gets. But off-centered cards usually mean left or right or up and down. The border on, will be thinner at the top, thicker at the bottom, or thinner on the right, thicker on the left, to give you an off-center card. What you very rarely find with legitimate cards is a skew. And this is exactly what we've got here. So the card inlay with the border, instead of just moving left or right, as you can see here, the card itself has like kicked out. So the printing or the border is not square, and that, for me, I can usually tell fake cards just from looking at photos online when people are asking if they're fake, very quickly, just from the centering and how the card sits within the frame. It shouldn't... Legitimate cards, you'll never see them skew. Legitimate cards, you can have very bad centering and problems with centering, but never this skew. So that one looks okay as well. Of course, when we compare them to real Pokemon cards, which we'll do in a minute, the font is all different. But so far, they actually look pretty decent. Dewpider, again, the same set symbol. That it almost looks like, from one card to the other, it almost looks like the text font has changed, but I think it's just weird spacing. As you can see here, we've got some weird spacing going on. Crawl them all in such a food, it's what allows it to breathe. Okay, so there you go, we've already got a spelling mistake here on this card. So it crawls onto the land in search of food. Its water bubble allows it to breathe and protects tis soft head. Instead of its soft head, it just says tis soft head. So spelling mistakes, sure giveaway that it's fake. And then this crazy, absolutely ridiculous thing, upside down for one. But as you can see straight away, it's not even from this set. It is from Team Up, from the set symbol. Pretty sure that's Team Up, or is it Unified Minds? No, it's Team Up. And the fact that there is no texture in this card whatsoever. So these full art, alternate art cards, they're not just this flat, boring shine. Even newer holographic cards don't even have boring shine. There's no texture in this card at all. You can actually see where I think they've tried to photocopy it. If I can get it in the light, just there, see in the blue here, you've got these kind of lines. I reckon maybe the photocopy or the print has copied the texture lines within this card and then transferred it over. Other than that, yeah, the fact that it's not even from Sun and Moon base, certain giveaway that this pack is fake and all the cards in it. And again, we're upside down again. But we're back to Sun and Moon base. Centering, so that looks more like a off-center Pokemon card, but not as skewed. Spearow, still Sun and Moon base, which is good. Litten, Sun and Moon base. So the set symbols are okay. Yeah, so not too bad, but it's the backs that really throw you. So I've got like a legitimate card here. So we'll use this one from the... Actually, we'll use Wailord. Where is he? Not even from this set. We'll use the Wailord card. We'll turn him over. And then we'll compare him to a legitimate Diglett from Unbroken Bonds. So colouring straight away is different. The logo actually looks a lot better on these fakes than some of them I have seen, but the blue, you can tell straight away. There's that, like, it's like a washed out blue, even within the logo itself. Washed out blue compared to a nice crisp dark blue. And fake ones have this weird shine, so it's a bit more shinier than the standard matte kind of finish on Pokemon cards. So there we go. Let's quickly jump into, we'll just do one more fake Sun and Moon base, because this video is running a little bit longer than I was expecting. So again, cards should be facing out. They're not. 1, 2, 3, 4. No code cards. Because they're fake. So, not bad, neat ball. We're starting back with a legitimate Sun and Moon base. We've got Eevee. I'm sure there's going to be that many spelling mistakes in there. Maybe not. They're getting better. Dragonite. So that... Okay. Even though they have the set symbol, doesn't mean that the artwork is specifically from that set. This, I believe, is a holographic Dragonite from Dragon Majesty. I believe. I could be wrong. But that is a non-holo card. But that artwork has been photocopied off a holo card. As you can see the holo kind of glow within that. That's not there in a real card. So that's obviously been photocopied and then just made a basic Pokemon. Yeah, weird. And then we have a Hypno. And then we have a Blaziken GX. Again, pretty standard, crappy shine to it. But it's not from Sun and Moon base. That set symbol is from Celestial Storm. So, yeah. Not the best. And then we have a Sandygast and a Zubat and a Morelal. So there we go. There was 2 packs of Sun and Moon base fake. So, yeah. A good way to tell if you're opening fake packets and you're not 100% sure, always look out for set symbols. 9 times out of 10, you'll find packets containing cards from multiple sets, especially if they're fake. In fact, I think the Evolutions packs that we'll jump into are worse. And then always look out for spelling mistakes. So these ones were actually better than some of the ones I have seen. I don't want to spend too long reading every single one, because then this video will just go forever. And also look out for the evolution lines. So, biggest thing that you may find in fake cards is that people just don't pay enough attention. For example, this card here, which was from a fake packet. This is Vikavolt from Sun and Moon base. I believe there are some spelling mistakes in here in this card, but the one thing I want to draw your attention to is, again, it's a non-holo card, but been photocopied with the holo glow in it. The biggest problem with this card, it evolves from Char-Char-Bug, but it has a picture of Poliwhirl. That's not Char-Char-Bug. Vikavolt does not evolve from Poliwhirl, so straight away this card is rubbish. Alright guys, so that was the not Burning Shadows, Sun and Moon base. There's still 2 more packets there, but the video is just going a little bit longer than I would like, but hopefully that gives you some indication on how to tell the packets and the cards. Now, the next one we'll just do 2, is Evolutions packets. Now, these ones are a little bit harder because compared to their counterparts, they look fairly good. So, there's no serrated crimping on the top of these cards. Everything seems to be in order. In fact, the counterfeit packets almost look better. They're a little bit brighter in color than the legitimate ones. So for any untrained eye, you could very well believe that this packet is legitimate. The seal is still the same as the Sun and Moon base that we had. So instead of being the vertical lines, top and bottom, we have this kind of dotted pattern, both top and bottom. And you can see here, this one's horrible. It's only half sealed at the bottom. So that's a very good indication that this packet is fake. You will always have a good solid seal, both top and bottom, on legitimate compared to counterfeit. The easiest way to tell this one though is if we turn it over. Now, a little bit easier to read this time. The lettering is a lot better than the Sun and Moon base counterfeit, but still not as good. The writing on the legitimate Evolutions packet is quite bold. It's very legible. With the the counterfeit Evolutions, if we look at these two together, it's completely different wording. And this is because the description on the counterfeit Evolutions packet is actually the description for the Breakthrough set. See this one, the Pokemon XY Evolutions expansion contains over 100 cards. That's this. The counterfeit XY Breakthrough expansion contains OSA 160 cards. So we've already got spelling mistakes, and they've given us a description that's not even for this set. That's a fake pack. The Sun and Moon base didn't give it away that much on the outside apart from the writing. At least they had the same wording as a legitimate packet. But considering this says Evolutions, but then gives you how many cards are in the Breakthrough expansion, it's a fake packet. So on that note, let's just jump in. So again, the same thing with the packs. Spelling mistakes, the lettering, and the fact that it's giving you an indication that the cards inside actually belong to the same set. Again, pack is backwards and upside down. Oh, the cards are upside down. Now this is XY, and you can see again the backs of these horrible. There is no definition of blue within here. Even if I turn a legitimate card upside down, look at that. Huge difference there. The blue is all washed out. The logo is actually looking a lot better, not as dark as some of the fake ones I've seen. A lot of lettering around the logo is very dark, but they've missed it around the edge. So obviously they don't have the same print quality to do two different types of blue, so they just stick with the one, and it loses all definition. So a good way to tell you counterfeit. And look at the, what is that? So XY, so it's 3 from the back. And of course, again, no code card, so, upside down. Charmander, at least it is from the XY Evolution set. The centering is pretty bad. But other than that, looks quite legit. So the XY one's really unique, because they just throw so many cards in the packet. So here we go, we've got a Mega Slowbro EX, very flat looking card. It's not shiny at all, it's just looking like a standard matte card. Pretty average looking. Oh my golly gosh. And then we have, okay, here's an interesting one. We have what was a holographic Nidoking, which has then been photocopied to a non-holographic Nidoking, and as you can see, the print has picked up all the sparkles from the holo. Again, you'll probably be able to find a few spelling mistakes in there, but we'll just keep moving on. Centering again, pretty shocking. Mega Diancie EX, now straight away we know this is a fake card because you've just opened a booster pack, and this is actually a promo card, which would not be in booster packs. And how many spelling mistakes can we find? Probably too many to count. We'll move on to Pikachu. Still, we're looking at Evolution set. Oh, this is hideous. Oh, so this is a full art trainer card in real life, Missy's Determination. And the real life one is so nice and textured. and beautiful to look at. This just makes me want to be sick. It's disgusting. And then we're finishing off, I think. Oh no. Oh, look at and a Mewtwo EX. Just horrendous looking. So these cards usually have nice gold, and they feel so ridiculous, so flimsy. And that is because if you look at the back or the side on, now this might be hard to pick up in the video, but if you look at your Pokemon cards from the side, you will see, I don't think it's going to pick it up in the video, along the edge, and I'm talking the very edge, you should be able to see a very faint black line, and I think I can find it on this corner. No, I don't think it's going to. But if you look at the corner of a card, you'll see that there is a black line that is sandwiched between two white pieces, and that is because they have a black or a third layer between two white bits that get sandwiched together. These fake ones don't have it. It's just a solid white bit of card. Makes them so flimsy and just horrible to look at. Last one, guys. This video is going well over what I thought it would, but hopefully it is going to be able to help some people determine or identify, if not fake packets before they're bought, at least fake cards. So again, remember, these were at $2. They were on sale for $2 on Marketplace, so I knew they were fake, and the description said not for tournaments or online play. Again, an indication that they're fake. Oh, the prints just look flat too. It's just not very nice to look at. But the cards, hopefully, oh yeah, so back on that price, if it's too good to be true, it is, Mega Slowbro EX. So, as you can see here, the difference between these two cards. This looks more, geez Louise, earthquake. This looks more along the lines of what the card should look like. This does not. It's the exact same card, but for some reason they just haven't bothered trying to print it on the shiny stuff. So price, if it's too good to be true, yes it is. At least I knew these were fake, which is why they were being sold for so little price. But cards themselves, again, watch for that centering. There should be a nice even, quite thick border around legitimate cards. If I had some legitimate Evolutions cards on hand, I'd compare them, and just watch for the skewing. Spelling mistakes, evolution lines, if a Pokemon is evolving from a completely different Pokemon, like if you had a Kangaskhan evolving from a Pikachu, you know it's fake, because Kangaskhan doesn't evolve from anything. But your biggest bet is your back. Flip a fake card upside down, put a legitimate card next to it. That top left hand corner, what's upside down, if there is no definition, there's no contrast, then you've definitely got fakes on your hands. So I hope that this has been a useful video for people. I hope this answers a lot of questions, because this is disgusting. I hate it. But I'm hoping that solves some issues for people. Hopefully now, if you do have some suspicion about some of your cards, you can sit down, you can compare them. Obviously, it's a little bit different if you only have counterfeit Pokemon cards. Hopefully, you've got some legitimate ones to compare to, but that's the best way to do it. So I'm hoping this video has been helpful to someone. Feel free to leave any comments down below if anyone needs help ascertaining whether their cards are legitimate or fake. Feel free to jump onto my Insta, send me a message. Be glad to help out where I can. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry the video is a bit longer than I was anticipating, but I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Stay safe, be well, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.